all on behalf of Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management crew. We welcome you on the occasion of the webinar Expeditious Runway to Corporate World. And now I would request our beloved principal, Professor Vidya Shivanavar, to welcome the speaker.
Good morning. Thank you, Akash. I welcome you all to the webinar organized by Laksha Commerce and Management Forum in association with IKEA Center for Career Development, which has organized a webinar on Expeditious Runway towards Corporate World. Today, we have with us our resource person, Mr. Ashok Kumar CV, SAP, Success Factors, HCM, Functional Consultant, Infosys Limited, Bangalore. Sir, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Yeah, I would request all the speakers to speak a little loud because we would expect the voice to be audible to everyone. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I extend a warm welcome to Assistant Professor Akash Kumar Singh, convener of Laksha Commerce and Management Forum. Welcome, sir. I also welcome Assistant Professor Asha, co-convener of Laksha Commerce and Management Forum. Welcome to you, ma'am. I extend a warm welcome to all the participants, students of our college and students from other institutions to this webinar. Welcome one and all. Over to you, Akash, sir.
Thank you, Vidya ma'am, for a warm welcome. Now, I would like to introduce the esteemed speaker for the day. He is none other than Ashok Kumar CV. He is currently working at Infosys Bangalore as Senior Process Associate Consultant and HCM Success Factor Consultant. I would like to brief his profile and highlight his achievements. He has done his Bachelor of Engineering from Sri Siddhartha Institute of Technology, Tumkuru, affiliated to VTU University. In the year 2003, he has done his Masters of Business Administration in Human Resource Management from Department of Management Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru National College of Engineering, Shivamogga, affiliated to VTU Belgavi. In year 2006, he has received the Best Outgoing Student of the MBA batch in the year 2004 and 2006 award from Department of Management Studies of Jawaharlal Nehru National College of Engineering, Shivamogga. He has secured first prize in state level research paper presentation contest held at Doddappa Institute of Management Studies, Kalburgi in 2006. He has qualified UGC NET in management stream in June 2013. He has served several MNCs like Capgemini India Private Limited, Software Data India Limited Bangalore, a group company of Data Inc. USA, ERMG Management Consulting Private Limited Bengaluru. He is currently serving at Infosys Limited Bangalore. His current role is SAP Success Factors HCM Functional Consultant. His designation is Senior Associate Consultant. He possesses 14.4 years of experience, which includes relevant experience in ERP, SAP Success Factors HCM, in functional consulting, and domain experience in HRM, IT recruitment, staffing, resource management, client engagement, relationship management, and allied HR functions. His significant achievements are: he has received prestigious Business Ninja Award for achieving seamless and consistent execution of project deliverables with outstanding results. He has received prestigious Rising Star Award for achieving excellence in the domain functional and technical expertise. He has been awarded the SAP Cloud Application Professional Digital Skill Tag for being certified and experienced in multiple modules based on SAP SuccessFactors HCM application. His Kannada short film Dhareya Devaru was adjudged as best short film in national level Sogadu short film contest in 2017. He organized by University of Agricultural and Horticultural Sciences Shivamogga in association with Agriculture Research Education Extension Development Society. His short film Vidyut Shakti, directed by him, was adjudged as winner best short film in Infosys Siriganda short film contest in 2017. He bagged award in state level Kannada poetry competition organized by University of Agricultural and Horticultural Sciences Shivamogga in 2016. He bagged awards thrice in Kannada poetry contest organized during Infosys Literary Festival. He has produced and released the audio album Swarna Sakshi in December 2014, Kannada light music album of romantic songs in Kannada Sahitya Parishat, Bangalore. So he has lot of achievements to his cadre and lot of feathers in his cap. We are really delighted to have you over here, sir. And a warm welcome on behalf of Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, sir. And I would like to request you to take over the session, sir.
Thank you so much, Akash, for the, in fact, it's a detailed introduction that you gave. You have wasted 7 minutes of your precious time in introducing me, if you consider that way. And once again, thanks a lot for setting this up. Actually, this request came from Akash, and I felt happy the moment when it came from SICM. Actually, in fact, I replied via email also that I have a very huge respect towards SICM, Sheshadripuram Institute of Commerce and Management, because in the very first interaction, I was really blown away, if I want to use the right word, by the kind of hospitality shown by everyone at your institute when I visited your campus on the occasion of the national conference. And yeah, particularly, I would like to again recollect the interactions which I had with everyone, especially Vidya ma'am and as well as Akash and so many other great people there. So once again, I love you all, guys. Actually, I love you all for the fact that you are very humble and good-natured, value-oriented people. Particularly, the institution itself deserves the credit for whatever you are doing. And a slight correction in what mm, he told Akash. Actually, it's not his fault. Actually, this development happened in just a matter of a couple of days. I have been promoted to the position of consultant, and this communication has come out on 29th of December 2020. So my current role is consultant, actually one level above the senior role. So that's it, and rest of the things are in fact true to what he mentioned just a few minutes before. Last time when I had visited your campus, during my talk itself, I clearly mentioned that before I started the talk, I'm just taking you towards these nitty-gritties. Last time itself, I clearly told that in any corporate, we have to chalk our own path. When I visited your campus, I was having a designation of senior associate consultant. During my talk, I had clearly mentioned the aspect of promotion. Okay, the company was supposed to promote me, and it can happen anytime, but it was not happening for certain reasons. Like there'll be benchmarking happening with the best of the best inside the companies, their calibers, their certifications, their deliverables, the client feedback, their technical skills, awards, and so on, so on, so. But it's a good thing that at least there is some little change by the time when I am addressing you now. Last time I was a senior associate consultant. Now I'm a consultant with Infosys on SAP SuccessFactors HCM functional modules and in the role of a functional consultant. Now, as Akash would have already communicated to all of you, as the duration is very short, I would like to ensure that the amount of time or the period of time gets productively utilized. So next 1 hour, let us focus on the session, and post that we can open the sessions for any questions and answers so that we can openly ask any query which you may have. Okay, don't leave it unturned. Okay, let us raise the queries without any hesitation. Okay, you can consider me as one of your college faculty member or a student or whatever, one among you. Okay, so that feel free, feel comfortable. I'm not here as a representative of some company or in some official capacity, but it's on a personal note that I accepted the request from Akash. I'd like to share what all I know, and if it can be useful to you in whatever way, I will be the happiest person. That's what I can say. So, shall we start with the session? And once again, a very good afternoon to all of you. Shall we start with the session now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
You can
So
start
I'll
the
share the
session,
screen.
sir.
Okay, I'm just sharing the screen. Okay, let me know if it is visible to all of you.
It's visible, sir.
It's clearly visible. Is it clearly visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And first of all, kudos to one who has taken this topic, actually, who has finalized this topic, Expeditious Runway towards corporate work. And convey my congratulations or best wishes to the person who has chosen this. It's very apt. Okay, expeditious. The term expeditious itself speaks that it calls for agility, speed, and efficiency in whatever we do today. That's very much required. You can enter corporate world, but if you can enter soon, then you will be in a real good position and you'll have a competitive edge over others. That's what it speaks about. Runway, that means a path which you have to chalk out on your own or to the assistance from mentors or whoever to ensure that you will enter the corporate world with a good mindset in a good role. That's what is the requirement. But related to this topic, there are so many other things which the institution might be expecting, like what all things are vital for the students to focus on, what are things they need to concentrate on to ensure that they get into corporate with into good positions, landing up in good positions, and what kind of preparation is required, and all that. So, as the duration is very short, 1 hour, I would like to throw light on multiple facets, okay, on the related topics, so that it can be best utilized. Now, before going further, friends, I have put the logo of your very own university, Bangalore University. Can we make out from the slide? Because I do my research, I do my groundwork if I take up any task. That's what I firmly believe in. We should not do things just for the sake of doing it, right? Should be very professional and thorough. Can you make out from the logo what is that which I'm trying to hint at now? Your Bangalore University logo, as someone made an attempt to understand what I'm trying to talk about. We can be interactive. Let us make it as an interactive session wherever required, so that I'll get the vibes because we are remotely connected. COVID has separated us, but technology has united us. So let us make best use of the platform. So, can you see this logo? Can I hear something from someone there? I need that reinforcement. Else, I'll not be able to know what's happening. Is someone there, or simply they logged on to desktop and disappeared, or whether they're active and interacting now. I need a positive vibe. Don't take it too formally. Okay,
Your
let's keep
students
it.
are active. Students, can you speak up?
Don't have any information.
The students, anyone can respond.
I'm not here to reprimand someone or to
Yeah,
belittle
we can see, sir.
something like that. Okay, be vocal. Can you see this logo?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, we
sir.
can see.
Yes, sir.
Great, great, great. What is that motto line or the slogan line of Bangalore University says? Gnanam Vignana Sahitam. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Has anyone made any attempt to go through this?
No.
See, I'm not again trying to point out some negatives here. All I'm trying to ensure that pointing you towards the right direction. See, the university itself says Bangalore University, your university. I studied in VTU. It says Modalu Manava Nagu, be a good human being first. It's a value oriented. Here, Vignana Satam, Bangalore University is telling that we are imparting you knowledge, okay, along with wisdom. That means a scientific approach. So you should be thinking rationally in whatever you do, right? Gain knowledge, okay, and be oriented scientifically. I mean, whatever you think, it should be validated with facts and figures. Don't do something blindly. That's what it is telling. Okay, you can consider knowledge to potential energy. and then the scientific approach towards kinetic energy. Whatever potential energy you have gets best utilized when it is harnessed, when it is put into motion. That means into practice. That's what I'm trying to highlight. Okay, try to be application oriented during your studies and as well as during the job search. That means you need to analyze, search, validate, optimize, and then take a best decision. Now, before proceeding further, I would like to highlight whatever you do, either in the, before that, correct me if I'm wrong, I am addressing the students of BBA and BCom final year course, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
right?
Sir, we have
Akash,
interested the students from first years and second years also, sir.
that's okay, but that's okay. But the course I'm addressing the students of BCom and as well as BBA.
Yes, yes,
That's
sir.
correct, right?
Yes, yes, it's
Okay,
correct.
thank you for the confirmation. Thank you for the confirmation because it's required. So now, when I say this, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that means to say this whole world is one. Wherever you go with work with any MNC or any small company, you have a global thinking or a global approach. Try to gel with people from different cultures, different languages, different specialities and all. So from your school days, from your education days, now in your degree days itself, try to gel around with people because definitely you will have to work in teams, be it a financial analyst role or a process executive role for a BCom or BBA administrative assistant role or something related to administration. You have to work in teams day in, day out. If you can't work in teams, forget about your promotions, forget, forget about your good benefits and perks because that's not how corporate works. If a company goes and backs some project worth billions of dollars, take for instance, Infosys recently backed a deal worth 3.2 billion US dollars with Daimler, it's an automotive major, European automotive major. Imagine if they have to put across multiple projects to cater over a period of 6 to 8 years. They will have too many projects, too many sub projects, teams, sub teams, and all that. So definitely, people have to cooperate and work together. It means to say it calls for synergy. Individual expertise will be best utilized towards the common goal. So here, when you're searching for job also, you should be having that mindset to work in teams. Don't ever think that you will be made to sit only in a room and to contribute as an individual contributor. It will not work always because you have to be flexible in corporate to work as an individual contributor and as well as a team member. At times, you will have to lead a team in the position of a leader. You will have to manage certain set of people, three, four, five. It can vary based on the requirement. Am I clear? So all I'm trying to tell you is that gain knowledge, have scientific approach, do validation, and being educated people, we should always do validation because there will not be difference between an uneducated and an educated person if we accept something blindly. Don't ever accept anything blindly. Am I very clear? And next, be humble, try to gel with people, try to be a team member. Even in class, it's a lost opportunity for you because you're in the final years. Develop an attitude of, I accept there will be individual differences, egos, and all that. That's very common. But still, in spite of that, is there a room to hit a common ground to get things moving? That's what is required. Okay, this is a very crucial thing. That's why now I'm highlighting this in the initial slide itself. And also, I would like to make it very clear. I would not like to make it a theory-based or a lecture-oriented session because I don't believe in that. Because day in day out, your eminent professors are giving you the theoretical exposure to the maximum level, and they're very well efficient. And you are also capable enough to dig information and correlate, assimilate. So I would like to make it as a purely practical oriented session. I would like to give some pointers where you have to emphasize and put your efforts and in the direction where you have to put your efforts as students of BCom and BBA. Of course, it can be beneficial to others too. Right? Shall we proceed further?
Yes, sir.
Can I hear someone telling yes at
Yes,
least?
sir.
Great, great, great. Thank you. So now, this is a brief study, okay? Before talking to you, I wanted to have an outlook on what is happening now during the COVID time of COVID, because the facts which I would have quoted, there would have been a time lag of 6 months or 1 year whatsoever. But I wanted to give you a realistic view of what is current situation, because that's what is required. Because we are having the session today, I should give you up to date latest data, facts and figures. So that's why I was going through some detailed report of World Economic Forum, the future of job study, which has been done, right? Uh, in April 2020. This latest report talks about too many things, guys. Can you see something from the screenshot? Can you make out something?
Cloud computing, big data.
Yeah. That's correct. That's correct. What I'm trying to highlight is that gone are those days where someone used to say, "Okay, I'm a become student. I know Tally. Okay, please hire me. I know some legacy software. Please hire me." For instance, even as engineers, they used to hire people who just knew MS Excel or a little bit of macros, whatever, something around MS Office applications. It used to suffice in the past, but the trend has got severely updated, and gone are those days where with a single skill people used to survive in the market. Now it's a trend of multidisciplinary approach, right? People with multiple skills are preferred. What will you do in IT companies if you don't know the basics of what they are doing? For example, if someone gets into business process management, someone from your college either doing BBA or BCom who gets into a financial analyst role, something into a financial services stream, what will you do if you don't know their basic operations, what they are doing, what are their lines of businesses, and how they are maintaining the systems, and where are they getting the revenues from, what is the preferred skill, and all that. And even in project management, right? There's someone of few of you can get into project management roles also, BBA students down the line. Okay, this possibility is there. So there you should be well versed with some latest tools related to PMO. Very latest tools are preferred. If you are not aware of that, you will lose out to candidates from other states, other colleges, other nations, because now the jobs are wide open. Okay, it's not only a campus placement thing, right? When it's an off-campus requirement, it is thrown wide open into the market. The companies want the best of the best candidates who knows more, because they don't want to invest time in training people, because that much time can be utilized by deploying them on projects and generating revenue. Am I making sense here? Does it make some sense what I'm trying to highlight? These are the skills, right? Even I am into cloud stream now. You can consider myself as a professional working in the cloud stream, because I am SAP SuccessFactors HCM cloud certified. So that is one of the skills which you can see there, cloud computing. So likewise, there are a number of skills. Big data is there, Internet of Things. These these things may seem like jargons to you, some technical jargons, but still I am trying to highlight these things to you with an intention that the moment when you choose some sector like IT, you should be aware of this. So I will get into the aspects of sector and all that later in the further slides. But before that, I would like to highlight that if someone is looking forward to entering to IT in any capacity, these are the basic skills. You should be at least having exposure. What is it all about? What are the skills they are talking about? Artificial intelligence. Now, coming to the next thing, I was recently invited as a panelist for one of the banking and financial services industry conference, right? International conference. That whole beautiful panel discussion was about latest updates in the industry, BFSI, and the technological updates, right? There, I was talking about this blockchain technology. Many of you may know about bitcoins. How many of you know about bitcoins? This is related to banking and financial services industry. Have you heard about bitcoins?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that works on this blockchain technology. See, right now Bitcoin is not given the permission as a currency in Indian system for certain reasons, because of some security aspects and so many other credibility related issues. But the technology is being utilized by companies called FinServe companies, we call financial services companies, fintech companies, we call for certain companies who will help the banks to design the applications. For example, if there is a bank which is having its own software, be it SBI or it can be anyone, there are certain technology companies. They're called fintech companies, financial technology companies, We will design the applications for the banks and other financial or non-banking financial institutions, and then maintain that. They will implement and maintain it. So this blockchain technology is one beautiful thing. This eliminates all the middlemen. For example, if you go and deposit a check in a bank, there is a process involved there. There are too many operators involved, right? The clearing will happen, host bank and issuing bank. I mean, issuing bank and the beneficiary bank will coordinate. In between, there will be too many participants till the amount gets credited to the beneficiary's account. Now this blockchain technology is eliminating the very basic need. Of course there is a direct dbt transfer RTGS and NEFT, but I'm talking about checks also, right? So if you go with this technology, blockchain technology, it will eliminate the efforts required in maintaining the accounts also. That means to say, it's called as distributed technology or ledgerless accounting. That means to say, the ledgers also will get updated in real time. That's the beauty of this blockchain technology. If you get some time, right, become students particularly, you just Google it or try to read something more about blockchain technology from the perspective of banking and financial services industry. You will get beautiful insights. You can write some article or even a research article on that and get some information. Okay, so beautiful topic. You can organize a seminar inside your campus by asking some student to prepare on that, and it will be beautiful. So let us move to the next slide. So these are certain technologies, right, which are very much vital now. So you need to put some efforts to know at least what's happening around these technologies, right? Shall we proceed further? Shall we proceed further, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Great,
sir.
great. Thank you. So this is the next slide. Have a look at this and try to pick up what is relevant to you, because this is a real time input which is given by World Economic Forum latest research report, right? And also I would like to tell you one more beautiful thing. This report is being compiled by, right, World Economic Forum in association with all local partners. For example, NSDL, National Steel Depository Limited, NSDL, and one more agency from India is coordinated to provide inputs from Indian perspective. Likewise, they have gathered data from all the countries and they have come up with this beautiful report. When you get time, I can share a soft copy with Akash. You can go through it in case if you feel it is beneficial. But for the sake of the session, can you quickly run through this? See, try to pick up the streams which are relevant to you. For example, business services and administration managers, you can see the demand is decreasing in the market. Is it visible, guys? Is it
Yeah, it's
visible?
visible, sir.
This is purely from the Indian context and Indian job market point of view. I'm trying to share things with you. Okay, because I'm addressing people from India, students from India. So my focus of the talk is centered around India and job market. So now you can uh, look at this. The basic sense, the common sense says that there are certain roles which are getting wiped away. Millions of jobs are getting lost because of advancements in technology. Imagine what used to happen in 1940, 50s and all. People used to maintain huge books, hard copy of books. Do you get to see all that now in any place now? No, right? Because gone are those days. Technology is disrupting each and every stream, each and every sector. So try to go along with technology. With technology, you will survive in the job market. You will succeed, right? Even chartered accountants, for that matter, it's very vital for that. It's very vital. The way the accounting is done, they should have awareness of technology, right? Even for a teller in the cash counter in the bank, she should be tech savvy now. There will be continuous induction programs within banks for their own employees, periodic, weekly, bi-weekly. They'll keep training them on the latest. For example, Infosys owns Finacle. Likewise, there will be so many companies who would have designed financial services-based applications for so and so organizations. So what happens if there is a new patch coming or a new functionality coming? Then naturally the employees have to be trained on that, right? Because if you want to be a bank or a financial institution with an edge over others, you will offer best of the best customer. Facilities to customers, right? Recently, I availed some loan, okay, from some reputed bank for certain project. So because of this COVID, they have come out with an application, and the entire application process was taken online. Only towards the final stages of the disbursement of the actual loan, they approach for hard copies. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? That means to say the whole process has become tech savvy inside the banks. Imagine if this is the situation inside the banks, it's happening in almost all places. Morgan Stanley, you can take it any company as such. They will have their own applications. Their employees have to be tech savvy. Don't be in a mindset, okay, if I know debit, credit, if I know cash flow statements, if I know P&L account statements, I'm okay, I'm in a topper in become, I can survive, right? That gone are those days. The extra polishing has to be done. You have seen rice, right? How does the raw rice looks? One which is grown from the paddy fields. Anyone has made an attempt, unpolished rice, right? They do this polishing, they take out this layer, they do this extra polishing to make it look good and all that, right? So I'm just trying to highlight something that extra polishing is required for even graduates and as well as postgraduates are over, job aspirant. They need to be updated with the latest skills so that they will be preferred when the comparison is done. If there is one requirement, thousands of people will apply. Who will they choose? Imagine yourself in the position of a capitalist. That means a job provider. Who will you hire? For example, you want a driver to be hired to take you uh, to a tour or whatever it is. You will hire the best of a driver for your vehicle, right? Same thing holds good here. The companies want best of the candidate because they will be paying them, right? Whenever there is something related to money, people want the best outcome. So they will choose best person who is aware of the latest technological trends. Am I making some sense here, guys? Hello? Can you can you please talk? Hello?
Students, can you please respond?
I'm not
Yes,
trying to
sir.
threaten anyone, guys. I'm here to facilitate. I am a facilitator in this session. It's this information exchange is going on between both of us. I mean, right from you and me, right? You need to respond. As I told you, don't have any inhibition. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is what is happening. Okay, e-commerce. You might have observed what is happening in the e-commerce stream. Hmm. So now this slide talks about top 15 skills which are required for 2025. Can you make note of something called emotional intelligence? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
People will get fired if they don't have emotional intelligence on certain occasions. If they behave in wrong ways, they'll be thrown out. Okay, these are
Yes.
serious things.
Yes, sir. Video is enabled.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you hear? Can you hear? Am I
Yes,
audible and
sir. We can
visible?
hear. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're audible also and visible.
Okay. You're asking the students to keep their video enabled, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you kindly oblige to his request, Akash's request? I am here to have a look at all of you guys because I want to see you. I want to see the bright students of SICM. Thank you. Thank you. And now, so these are certain skills which I was talking about. It's talking about analytical thinking. It talks about some technologies, problem thinking, and all. You might think for a moment that how is it relevant to me for a BBA guy or for a BCom guy? As I told you, when you enter some sector, these skills are very much mandatory. Without these skills, you can't survive. Right? The service orientation. First of all, if you enter a product company or service company, I mean, how many of you know this difference? I don't know, but still, I will make it very clear. Product companies will have their own product, right? They'll sell it. For example, Oracle is a product company because they have their own products, right? Likewise, IBM provides some infrastructure related support. AMD has its own hard disks, memory drives, and all that. So I'm just trying to quote some examples. A product company will have its own products, it will sell to its target market. Those are product companies. Services companies will offer services. For example, if you take IT services, right, including Infosys, Wipro, TCS, you can name any such companies. They are services companies because making use of the product, right? By making use of the product, they will offer best services to the clients, either in implementing, maintaining, enhancing, and all that, right? So those are services companies. The moment when you enter services company, you should have a service orientation. I'm not talking about public service here. Okay, again there also that humility is required, service orientation is required. So now when you enter corporate, especially services company, you should have a service orientation to serve your clients, company's clients. For example, if I'm working for Infosys, I should have a service orientation to serve the client of Infosys, right? Clients should be kept happy because they are the ones who are generating revenue. They are paying you for what you do, so you need to keep them happy. So being a job seeker, you should have that service orientation. You should be, for example, at times you can be right or someone can be wrong. It can be vice versa. But you should have patience to ensure that you will not get into bad books of people. You should always be in good books. You should have the patience, analyze the issue, and then take it forward. This is very much crucial, guys, the service orientation thing, right? So now, what has happened in this whole job market, guys? Have you ever made an attempt to understand what has happened uh, when it comes to jobs? See, during 70s and 80s, right? 1975 and 80s, industrial revolution happened. I mean, machines came into picture, right? Water and steam got invented, and mechanical ways of production came into picture. Then several departments came into picture, right? It can be HR, marketing, sales, whatever it is. But the main revenue generating thing started, right, with this kind of major milestones. Second one was related to electrical power, because all those days you used to power the production using manual ways. Now, when electric power came into picture, it revolutionized things. It changed the landscape of generating revenues. People started doing mass production using electric power. Right. The third one was centered around this IT, electronics and information technology. That means computers came into picture to do most of the tasks which the administrative section used to do. This also changed the entire landscape. Now, the ongoing thing, the fourth industrial revolution, we are still inside that whole screen. What is happening? Right? Can you read this, guys? Can you read this? Please read this line. At least these lines you read it. The digital revolution that has been occurring since the middle of the last century. What is happening here? The fusion of technologies is happening, which is blurring the lines between digital, physical, and as well as the biological spheres. That means to say, Internet of Things has come into picture, your mobiles have come into picture, and the continuous updates are happening on the automation and artificial intelligence and the 3D printing. I mean, I'm just highlighting IT specific things. Otherwise, you have nanotechnology, BD, material science, energy storage, and quantum computing. That means to say, this whole disruption is happening through technology. Technology. Second thing, currently, disruption is also happening through COVID. Do you accept? Are you in a position to accept? Guys, hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that even now, many profit generating companies have reported losses subsequently for so many quarters, and other way around, there are companies who are oriented towards technology are quoting profits. They're quoting profits. Many companies, including Infosys, there are many companies who are quoting profits because they proactively acted on it, including financial stream, administration stream. They proactively ensured that people were trained on the latest tools, oriented towards the latest tools. That's the reason they were able to have an edge over others. Even during COVID, they smoothly ensure that the infrastructure, that means whether it is computer for an account assistant to work from home, or whether an administrative assistant wants to ensure that the billing is taken care of, or someone from the project team who works on the billing related aspects to the client, they could deliver smoothly without any hazels because of this proactive approach adopted by them. Now, what is required during this time is the delivery of reskilling and upskilling. That means to say, people knew something, so now they have to reskill. They need to be oriented towards certain new skills and upskilling. That means a level above that. That means you have to train them in the latest versions. This is what is happening. I mean, across spectrum in India, any company you name it, any sector you name it. Do you agree with me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us proceed further.
Yes, sir.
One more research on the latest National Education Policy 2020, guys. Do you believe it? Hmm? This is the National Education Policy 2020. What does it talk about? I'll show you some beautiful thing. See, this happens once in a few decades, right? For example, the past one was under the regime of Indira Gandhi, right? The education policies. Later, it was under Rajiv Gandhi, right? Again, it got revised. The third one, right? Now it's the latest one under Narendra Modi. This is the latest national education policy. 2020 is the latest one. You can see this. The second one got revised, and this is the latest one, national education policy. You can see that irrespective of the streams, that means it can be BCom, it can be BBA, it can be engineering, it can be medicine, whatever it is. Please understand here, try to search, right? Technical education, whatever it is. Try to search management, degree and diploma programs in engineering, technology, management, architecture, whatever. What I'm trying to manage, when you say management, all BBA students will get covered under that, right? And when you say financial management, all BCom students also will get covered under that because you have an option to go for MBA also, right? What I'm trying to highlight is that people, irrespective of streams and branches, they need to be aware of the latest technologies. These are the things. Artificial intelligence, 3D machining, big data, at least some basic orientation they should have. Okay, just wanted to throw light on this. That's why I showed you this slide. Now, as I told you, a new education policy, it will be done once in 2 decades. First one was in 1968. That means under Indira Gandhi. Second one under Rajiv Gandhi under 86. Right? As I told, second one was revised. The national education policy was 86, was revised in 92 when PV Narasimha was there. And the latest one, the third one, latest one, which has been released recently, is under the Prime Ministership of Narendra Modi. So just wanted to show you that the job market is expecting latest skills from you people, BCom and BBA students. I'm just trying to put some seriousness around this. Now, let me talk about skills assessment. Okay, some of the facts I've taken from some good companies. I have also quoted the sources where I have put the information there. Employability skills assessment. That means if someone is getting hired, they will be assessed on certain skills, right? There will be certain placement tests. You may have some campus interviews, right? Correct me, Akash. The campus placement is it available currently at your institution?
Yes, sir, it's available, sir.
Okay, okay, that's good. Good to know. They'll have some a few rounds, right? What are the general rounds that the companies have nowadays at your institution?
Sir, over here we have placements coming from Northern Trust, Target Company, etc. We are having online interviews nowadays. Aptitude test, everything happens. Group discussion, everything happens online, sir.
Post that a HR round will be there for finalizing the salary or
Yes,
remuneration,
yes,
and then the offer will be released with the date of
yes,
joining.
sir. Yes,
Okay.
and that also they are conducting online only these
That I
days.
understood. Even the orientation is happening online now, Akash and the friends. Okay, see now orientation when someone is joining, also the very first orientation, initial orientation is happening online through the Zoom or whatever. company-specific softwares. This whole orientation is also happening online now. So just wanted to go reconfirm particularly about your institution, okay, the general rounds. So now when it comes to most of the other companies, these are the common things, right? When I was doing the hiring from campuses, campus interviews, and as well as the lateral hiring also, some of the rounds were common. So these placement tests will try to check what is the data knowledge, skills, and behavior. DKSB stands for that. That means to say how much information you know, how much knowledge you have, and what is the skill level. After all that, how will you behave if you are hired? Are you understanding, guys? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, we are understanding.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say, the companies will look at this how much information you have, how much knowledge you have, what are your latest skills, and if you are hired inside the company, how will you behave? Remember this DKSB. So you need to polish yourself around all these aspects. If you are lagging in any of this, then you landing up in a good position will become little difficult because the competition is high. People want best of the best people. That's the reason I highlight this. So try to ensure that you will put efforts in gaining more data. Where will you get data, guys? You will read through journals. You will go through textbooks or any other sources of primary and secondary information. That is obvious. In curriculum also you will get it. Let me show you something, guys. When I said curriculum, I went through your syllabus also. What is the subject outcome of BBA for the Bangalore University? Right? I've gone through all this. So just a sec. So I've gone through all this expected outcome. What is the university expecting, particularly for the BBA students, and what is expected for the BCom students? So now, what I'm trying to say is that the university is prescribing a certain fact-oriented, data-oriented approach from you. That means to say they will have some set curriculum. That means they want you to be good at certain things. You have to go through some subjects. You have to clear some courses. That will give you an edge in terms of gathering data and knowledge. This is being done through a curriculum, right, which is designed by experts. Recently, I was invited as an outside resource person from the corporate for the syllabus revision. We call it as Board of Studies meeting, BOS meeting, which happened in our very own institution where I graduated, SSIT. It's an engineering institution. It's now an autonomous university. They were revising the latest syllabus. So I was just going through the whole exercise. The discussion happened, right? So they were also getting aligned towards the latest technological updates to see that the bridge, the gap will be there, right? That will be bridged. That means the previous gap should get eliminated to ensure that the students get placed because the syllabus was revised long back. So they wanted to ensure that the syllabus is being kept up to date. That means the data and information people should be made aware should be latest data. So they were also putting efforts around that. I suggested some latest tools and technologies for different streams, particularly for mechanical engineering. So now let me talk. Let me come back to the topic. What I'm trying to highlight is that I showed you those PDF. It's available in your website too. So this curriculum talks about the data and knowledge requirements from the university point of view. That means if I want to award you a degree, right? A BCom degree or a BBA degree, I want you to go through all these courses, complete it above set percentage score. That is a half done. The job is half done, guys. This is the basic difference. You are covered D and K, right? Being in college. Next, SP. What happens to SP? Skills and behavior. This is what you have to put additional efforts. This is where you have to put additional efforts. Because if you have to be market ready, right? If you want to land up in jobs in good companies, you have to put focus in fine tuning your skills and also to ensure that you work in the teams, have good attitude, good behavior, withstand adversities, withstand difficult situations. There will be a situation where you are provoked to the extreme. Your supervisor is yelling at you for whatsoever reason. How will you ensure that you take them along with you? There'll be, I mean, in corporates, it's dynamic. There'll be, at times, the clients will be unhappy. They'll not be happy with your deliverables. Particularly, if you want me to highlight, if you want to say that people from US, they're very vocal. Upfront, they say, boss, I'm not happy with your work. In case if they're not happy with the quality of the deliverables, they will upfront tell you, how will you take that? How will you take that on the face? Rectify if there are mistakes, or if you feel that if you are right, how will you convince the client telling that no, this was not like that, this was not what I intended to convey to you, this is the correct thing which I have done, this is the correct approach which I have adopted, at the same time ensuring that their ego is not getting hurt. This calls for extra skills. Behavior comes into picture, right? So you need to follow skills anyway. It can be technical skills, soft skills. There are so many things, verbal, non-verbal, and all that. If you want me to talk on that, I can talk for hours together because it's a huge topic. Skills and behavior, you need to focus, guys. D&K, data and knowledge, your professors are grooming you, right? Your university is grooming you on that. If you want to land up in jobs, in particularly corporate world, you need to put efforts around polishing this skills and behavior. Agree with me? Do you agree with me? Can someone
Yes,
say
sir.
yes or no, whatever? I'm okay even if someone says no, because this discussion, the healthy discussion should be there, so that I can quote facts why it should be yes. Guys, can someone say yes or no? Do you agree that the more focus has to be kept towards polishing skills and behavior? When I say skills, soft skills and as well as technical skills, do you agree?
I agree, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Tejas. Now, when I say as is analysis, the companies will, I mean, there used at times I used to give ads for Capgemini, right? In terms of India and all good dailies. And when there used to be a requirement, we used to get applications from thousands of people, right? Naturally, even recruiters will screen the profiles. They'll go through thousands of profiles. The profile has to be catching up, right? The profile has to be catching the first thing, then only you get invited. Now you all know that as is analysis. That means to say, if there is a requirement of a job, what is your current state? I mean, what are the skills you have and you don't have? They will do this cross check. What is the requirement? They will do this cross check with what does the candidate know. If there is too much gap between this, they will not select the profile in the screening stage itself. They will eliminate it. So when you prepare your CV, if you go through a job requirement, you will have job description. You have to go through that in detail and put across those skills which the company wants, so that at least your profile gets shortlisted in the initial stage, in the screening stage itself, so that you can enter further rounds. If you fail there, you will fail badly because you will not get invites. You need to put latest skills, and also you need to train yourself around those skills whatever you have put. You should not lay around. So first thing is you have to put there, you have to get trained, you have to take both these things in parallel. Okay, let us move on. Placement tests should be focused. It can be any company, it can be Northern Trust or any company like what Akash mentioned. It can be Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase. Tomorrow, a number of companies can visit your campus over a period of time. But irrespective of that, this is what we look at, the basic expectation. Understood? Okay, all placement tests, including group discussion and all, will be centered around what does the. Let me tell you about group discussion. What happens in the group discussion? You are already aware, right? I visited BNMIT, BN, sorry, BNMIT for a different talk, not that. BMSIT, okay. BMSIT had visited for the campus hiring there. Okay, we had group discussion round post first round, I believe. The technical screening was already done. GD, you need to understand what is the purpose of the very basic round. Can someone say something about their understanding of a group discussion? What is that they're trying to evaluate there? Any company. Can you please make it fast? Okay. We are running short of time, so let us make best use of the time. Hmm? Be vocal. I'm not here to point negatives. If you know, say yes. If you don't know, that's fine. I also don't know anything, right?
Sir,
You're not.
they will check our listening skills and speaking skills.
Okay. Okay, that's a good start that you made. What they check is that first thing. As I told you, data, DKSP again comes into picture. This will get evaluated. How much information he knows, what is his knowledge level, right? And if there is a topic related to something, how will he put across his viewpoints, and how will he behave in a group? Do you agree with me? All this will get evaluated to some extent
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because there are so many people talking. There is a topic. You have to debate, discuss. At the same time, ensure that you have a good behavior, not very aggressive. I mean, it should be diplomatic. Finally, it calls for a good behavior. There is a moment, some of them have a wrong notion. If I shout at someone, I will get hired. If I shout in a group, I will get hired. No, you need to be audible. You need to make your presence felt. But at the same time, you have to behave actually. At the same time, when you talk, you should talk sense. That means something clearly related to the topic in, of course, a loud tone. But you need not be behaving oddly, right? So you need to get along with others also. You can say, okay, I feel that this is, I mean, you need to be confident there also. Okay, I'm very sure, I am very sure that this is the point I would like to put across related to this topic for so and so things. Don't say something blindly. If I make a statement, I have to back that statement with facts and figures. The reason why I showed you those PDFs and the research reports was not to mention anything else. Just I wanted to tell you that I'm having this session after doing my groundwork. I'm giving realistic facts and figures so that you can do a validation or a back-end verification anytime. Right? So the same should be the approach. When you talk in a group discussion, you should put across your statement with confidence, telling that this is what it is for so and so reason. I read a research report, so this is related to this, so it validates that my statement is correct. So I'd like to put across this. So whatever statement someone would have made in a team, right? Then you can refer, I mean, you can take a reference of that. So telling so and so, one of my friends had made this statement. So I would like to politely refute this for so and so reasons. Why? This is what it is. The latest report talks about this. It can be primary or whatever, secondary information. So if you talk like this, you will not antagonize people. You will be talking sense and still putting across your viewpoints without losing temper. Because finally, data, facts, the way you articulate and the confidence level, everything counts. It's not simply about shouting in a group. Group discussion is not about simply about shouting. Take that false notion out of your head. Be confident, of course, be loud, and also ensure that you respect your panelists or team members who are part of the group discussion. Finally, put across your viewpoints after thinking and then putting across your. Don't instantaneously react without thinking. Think before you act, right? Don't get instigated or don't get into a hurry to put across something which doesn't make sense. You will lose out because second time when you are made to talk, you have to build upon whatever you have already spoken. So the very first statement what you make should be very concrete, very sound. Then you can build on that. Think and then talk. Okay. Now gap identification will happen. So if there is too much of gap, the profile will be taken out. So if your gaps are very less, right, then there is a possibility of being called for the interview or technical rounds. That's what is about assessing skills. Assessment types, there's so many things: employability index, psychometry, replacement, job role, and all. I don't have time to go through in detail. Maybe on some other occasion, we can go later on all this. All this calls for evaluation of multiple facets of your personality and your exposure and whether you fit the job or the role. That means to say, if I want to hire someone for the role of a driver, I have to hire someone who is having a valid driving license and who can drive the car. I can take him for a test too, right? Likewise, if I want to hire someone from finance stream, I mean, who has done BCom or BBA for some financial analyst role, I have to check their sound understanding. First, as I told you, DKSP, whether he knows basics of accounting, whether he knows about cash flow statements, P&L, categorizing items, expenses. Where I will give you some expense category. Where will you put it? So what I'm trying to tell you is that the assessment will happen with respect to the requirement of the role, and also keep in mind it is not a blanket profile. That means if you prepare one CV or biodata, you can't use it for ever like a debit card or a credit card, boss. Take that out. You have to customize your profile for every requirement. If I apply for a post of a professor, I have to customize my profile. If I apply for a post of a HOD, I have to customize, change my profile. Principle, it varies. The roles and responsibilities varies. The profile also vary. I have seen many people who simply type something called biodata. I mean, with all typographical errors, they will use the same profile for years together. They consider that as some Aadhaar card or some generic bus pass. Go everywhere, show it. Go everywhere. This is my CV. This is my CV. Go to David Morgan site, show it. Go to Northern Test, show it. No, that should not be the approach, guys. You have to change your CV. You have to fine tune and customize for every requirement based on the roles and responsibilities. I will tell you how to do it in the later stages. So now, so what is happening? So I've put across so many complex things. If you feel that way, I'll make it very simple. So what happens in any job market? The first thing which comes into picture is sector. Am I right, guys? Guys, sector. When I say sector, it's a broad classification to business activity. Primary classification. For example, it can be financial sector, banking sector, technology sector. Again, there can be a number of sectors. So that's a broader segment of the economy. Next comes industries under that. There will be multiple industries, right? So now within industries there will be job functions. What will be the job function? It can be a management role. It can be a financial management, right? When I say that, administration role, or it can be a sales job. Sub-function. Within that there will be sub-functions, right? It can be an administrative coordinator, so and so, so and so. So now job profiles. That means what all the skills the candidate possesses with respect to the job, like how I mentioned before a minute, whether he fits that. So that will be violated. Final thing, ideal candidate profile. That means to say, we look at the best candidate for the position. What it will go from top down. That means to say, within the sectors, if there is a requirement, right? This evaluation happens in any industry, in any sector. This is how they look at it. Which job have you chosen? In which sector? No, in which industry? Okay, what is the job function you have applied for? Okay, if there is any sub function under that department, okay, if you fall under that, what is the exact job profile? That means the exact skill set required for the job. Now, what does the candidate prof? I mean, possesses now, and what is the gap? Ideal candidate means the best candidate who has to be hired for the position. For example, if it is a process analyst, right? You can financial process analyst or whatever. There will be set of job requirements as I told you, right? Ideal candidate requirement. So that will be compared with your profile, and then evaluation will happen. The very first basic thing is this. Post that, there will be further stages. Now, as we discussed already, it can be a GD round, it can be a quantitative aptitude round, it can be so many things. But as I told you, this will be to gauge so many things. I used to train people on quantitative aptitude also, including non-verbal behavior and all. So as I told you, this will be centered around DKSP, polishing people around this. DK naturally they will be already polished. Skills and behavior. When I say skills, aptitude skills, English spoken skills, right? Behavioral approaches, how to face the interviews, how to behave in job interview, I mean group discussions, how to put across views, how to tailor it, right? When you say English, it can be spoken, I mean verbal, non-verbal, right? When I say non-verbal, what is that? How you behave in interview, right? When I say verbal, how you speak, and also writing comes into picture. Have you committed any typographical errors in your profile or biodata? If there are errors, who will hire you, boss? He will get disappointed, or whoever he or she will get disappointed. So ensure that you will not have any typographical error. Single typographical error should not be there. Not even a single typographical error in your biodata or profile. This will put them off. The person has not done the groundwork to prepare, at least go through this proofreading of his own biodata, and he is searching for a job. They will make an opinion. So he seems to be an unprofessional person who is not bothered. So what will he do if he or she is idea? So you should not give a negative impression. To ensure that you will not have any typographical errors in the profile when you go through the profile design stage. Now, what are things are assessed? Quickly, you will make it very quick. Behavioral skills, right? As I told you, human skills are required in corporate sector and in corporate field. You can go through this, right? So you all know that all these skills are very much required. Analytical skills, aptitude particularly plays very much vital role. Verbal, anyway, you are already aware. Now, when it comes to proactive, when there is a problem, you have to take ownership before others pitch in and resolve the issue. So this calls for leadership skills. That means to say, for example, your professors ask you to do something. Doing that is reactive. That means Akash says, Vidya ma'am said, tell something. You go and do it. After you get inputs from them, that's called reactive approach. Instead of that, you go with some suggestions. Ma'am, I want to do this initiative. I want to launch some new forum along with Lakshya. I want to launch a new forum, right? So there you're taking a proactive approach. Before someone tells you to do that, you are voluntarily going up with a proposal backed with research. This is called as being proactive. So you should be very proactive even in companies. I wouldn't have got promoted if I was not proactive. I'm making this open statement. There are people who are waiting for years together because naturally you will be assessed with the best candidates in any company. Naturally, if I have to get promoted, I have to proactively deliver beyond the organizational expectations. So I did that and then I got promoted. The same thing is required for everyone in whatever they do, right? Even in the companies and as well as in the academic sector, you have to be very much proactive. Voluntarily, you have to do things and deliver. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not here to give sermons. I'm just trying to throw light on certain key skills required. Interpersonal skills. How I talk to others. So tell me the difference between this. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How does this sound? Same word. Same word. But how did I pronounce? Articulation was different. The message that will convey to people will be different, right? Am I right or wrong? Hello?
Right,
Be vocal.
sir.
Right.
So the basic nuances, that means to say everything counts. Everything counts in corporate sector. When you land up in a job, or even when you are searching for a job, when you're talking in interviews, everything counts. There will be multiple people looking at you in the room. One people will be, I mean, one person will be observing you on the non-verbal aspect. How is he behaving? What is his body language when he's talking to me? Is he talking with an eye to eye, looking at my face, eye to eye contact, whether he's having eye to eye contact, or when I am asking question, whether he's looking like this. What is your name? My name is Ashok. How does he sound? So what I'm trying to tell you is basic things. And also, if you keep looking like this, then you can, what does the show? Your priority is something else. They will think that way. Okay. These things are very basic actually, but still I'm trying to highlight these things with a good intention to ensure that you will not falter, right? So you need to do all this groundwork to ensure that you will talk eye to eye in interviews and talk to the point. If they say, what what's your education? Tell something about your education, then stop at it, right? If you waver around with irrelevant information, you will be at loss, right? Relevant things. You have to talk to the question. You can talk around the topic itself, but not waver around. For example, if they ask you, what's your location preference? I mean, if they have a job in Bangalore and as well as in another place, they will give you options Hyderabad and Bangalore. So the question is very clear. You should not say that something about your aspirations outside of these two locations. It doesn't make any sense. It is not required for them. They don't want to know about that because they have other things to do. So talk relevant topics. Talk to the topic. You can go around the particular topic, not outside of the topic. Okay. Do you understand what I'm trying to highlight? Okay, let's move on to the classifications, guys. These are sector classifications: basic materials, compromise, financial, healthcare. You can concentrate on financial. BCom guys, BBA guys. You can enter any sector. You have to first make a choice which sector I have to enter. Basic work you have to do. Do I need to enter technology sector? That means information technology comes here. Do you need to enter that sector? You make a choice. Or services sector, hospitality. Do you need to go there? Can be any service sector. So first thing, before entering the job market, also I would like to tell you that once you enter a job market, your experience gets built, right? Changing the job profile altogether will become very difficult. Before entering the job market, you are like a fresh slate now when it comes to job. You have to decide which sector I have to enter. First, decide where you want to enter, right? These are the sectors. There will be multiple sectors. Then second thing, industry. Which industry you would like to enter? It can be oil and gas. I would like to enter IOCL, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. If you want to enter there, this is the industry classification. So similarly for other streams, right? Industry classifications can be anything. I'm just quickly taking you through all this. It can be any role. First, be sure of which sector I have to target and which industry. So broader classification. When I say financial, accident and health insurance sector, right? Industry classification. See, have a look at it. Asset management is there. Insurance brokers, non-banking financial services companies. There are too many industry classifications under the sector financial, accident and health insurance. That means to say, if you are shrewd enough, if you are smart enough to do this much level of micro level detailing and the groundwork before you search for a job, it shows that you are going in the right direction. That means to say, first decide if I want to enter a life insurance company, if I want to take a banking exam and go and join the life insurance company, or should I join a bank after doing my IBPS exam, after getting qualified through IBPS exam. You make up your mind. What is that which you are targeting? Or do I need to join an auditor office, do the routine, the accounting thing, or if I'm interested in accounting, it's a real good job. Or if my interest lies somewhere else, if I want to get into investment management companies, right? Goldman Sachs, very top investment management. I mean, they will have accounts of high net worth individuals, HNIs. They will invest in multiple companies across the world, across stock market, profile, portfolio management, we call it as. Are you interested in that? Are you interested in stock markets? You decide first. You have to make this effort to first decide where you want to land. Blindly don't enter the job market like an uneducated person without having clarity. Okay, something comes in newspapers, I will apply for it. No, you should be a very professional person even in targeting the jobs. Finding or landing up in a job is different thing. At least you should have clarity where you have to go. What kind of a job I have to apply for, in which sector, in which industry. Are you understanding? Does this make any sense, guys? What I'm trying to say? Hello? Can someone speak? Hello? Akash, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there. You can
Okay,
proceed.
I'm expecting some response actually.
Yeah.
Because we are connected remotely. If it were to be a face-to-face in-person session, it would have been different thing.
The
But
same problem I face on online classes every day.
maybe I am new to this. I
Yes,
should.
yes, you're new to this.
Thanks for welcoming to this club operation. So, guys, I need someone to at least say yes or no, as I told you. I'm okay with that. So, what I'm trying to say is that you need to have that clarity first. Okay, that's much level of detailing you required. Whether you want to enter a mortgage investment company, whatever. So industry classifications. So there are so many such sectors and industries. I'm talking about something relevant to you. Already I showed you about the financial services thing, right? So you need to have clarity there. This is relevant to you. Financial accident and health insurance. Under that sector, these are all the industry classifications. You decide where you want to enter, right? This is technology, as I told you, this IT related stuff and all. And as I told you, one more thing, within technology sector also, there is several functions, right? As I told, business analyst function, financial analyst, BCom graduates are hired for those positions. But if there is a campus placement, it's good. Else you have to work somewhere else in other companies for some time and then try for good companies, tier one companies. For that, if you are aware of the sector, technology sector, basics of technologies, what are the business lines, how they operate and all that, it will be easy for you to get amalgamated into technology. It means to say you will be easily absorbed into financial management related roles, become students and administration management related roles or a consulting role for PG students, right? So the basic work you have to do. Let us move further. By the way, are you able to see? Hello, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let me take a live example.
Sir, it's showing Google.
That's okay. That's what I am trying to tell you. Financial analyst. Okay, live, live thing I'm searching. Okay, just want to show you something. Which company? Okay, what is this? Some company. Gunzo, okay. Let us go to this.
IT
Guys, are you able to see this?
technical support.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can see, sir.
You can see this financial analyst job which is open with Gunzo.
Yes, sir.
You can see this is the live thing was which I have not prepared. I'm taking you live. Okay. Something we have landed up now. What is this position? Financial analyst with some company. What is a role description? This job has been posted just before a day. What is this role description? This is what I was talking about all this while for a few minutes. What is the role description? That means to say, what is that which the role calls for? In this job, these are the responsibilities which the person has to execute. He should he should execute the responsibilities as a financial analyst. He should know about financial model. He should know about this financial model, looking for company's financial model, monthly projections, work with project managers and all. So these are all bullet points, expectations from the candidate. So if you want to get hired for this role, you need to put something around this job description in your profile and also get trained in that. For example, it calls for quantitative analysis. Do you have exposure of SPSS or quantitative tools? Okay, if you want to land up into a job, you need to get trained around those quantitative analysis tools, right? Reporting requirements and all that. What is the experience they're calling for? 1 to 2 years experience. Okay, somewhere. So likewise, a very basic thing is that, come on, boss, it's a coincidence. Look at this skills. Experience anyway 1 to 2 years at your level. Okay, you need to get into some job, wait for some time, and then try for good companies. Now skills, proactive. Didn't we discuss about these guys? Hello, can someone say yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't know about this
Yes, sir.
company. I don't know about this company in the first place. Randomly, I was searching for some job for a financial analyst. I landed somewhere. I'm taking you to the job description, and then under the skill section, I'm getting to see proactive. Is it a coincidence? I was talking about this all this while. I took you through all the skills required here, right? Skills required. Where is it? What is this? What is this all about? Right? The skill section. The skills, same thing is being mentioned here. Look at this: problem solving, analytical, quantitative. Come on, aptitude. Hmm? Problem solving. Come on. Are you observing a similarity here, boss? Critical thinking. Doesn't make sense, guys? Hello? Hello?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So it is very much basic now. That means to say they want
Yes, sir.
people who can accept some problem, analyze it, come up with alternatives, and then come up with the best solution for that. When I say best, it is called as optimization. When I think from the uh, operations perspective, it is called optimization. Optimization from the operations management theory of it used to be there with operations management, production. It can be production operations management or from any other perspective. Optimization means if there are three alternatives or four alternatives, it can be a number of alternatives. You choose the best out of that. That is called optimization. So you should have an optimal approach. First, you should be good at all this. Proactively, one should undertake ownership of things. You should have understanding of financial and economic concepts. This thing comes under data and knowledge. So you will get groomed around this in your university. Okay, ability to work independently as well as a team boss. This is what I told you all this while. You should be able to gel with the team. They are also asking for example, just an entry level financial analyst. They are expecting people to work independently and as well as a team member. Because as I told you, you have to be flexible in corporate to work in any role, right? As an individual contributor and as well as a team. I've covered this already. Communication already it's there. I mean, it's very much vital, boss. You should be really good for a simple fact that you should be able to communicate what you want to convey clearly, right? If I am feeling hungry, I should be able to let the other person know that I am feeling hungry. But if I talk, okay, this sounds good or this food tastes good, do not get the exact message. This is the very beautiful thing about communication. That means to say we should precisely we have to talk to the point. Okay, let me not talk more about this because Akash was asking me to say something else also. Let us get back to this. Okay, so just wanted to take you to multiple viewpoints so that you will get a fair understanding of how much work is required to be done. Okay, sample case it has been done. So now feedback analysis. There is something called as feed forward and feedback. That means feedback is very much known to all of you. That means to say you do something. Akash will say something to you, some assignment, you will go and do it, come back. You will get some feedback on what you have done. Feed forward. This is a management terminology. People who do the MBA will get to know. Uh, feed forward model prescribes a very proactive approach. That means to say, in the input stage itself, before doing things, we will vary the combination. Okay, if I do this like this, okay, that will happen. Let me refine the input. That means to say, I studied financial knowledge, modeling using this source or this book. Okay, let me refer another reference book. Let me see what else they have written. Okay, I'm changing my approach at the input stage itself. And then let me go to Akash and ask for feedback. This refinement happens at the input level itself, not based on what Akash tells me to do. But voluntarily I'm doing it at the input stage itself. Naturally the output will be good. It will save time for Akash to tell you that okay, you refer that, you go there, go there, do this. So that's ruled out now. You should have a feed forward approach. Feed forward control talks about that. Continuous refinement in the input stage itself so that you can wait. You can save time of waiting because you have to gather feedback and then refine, right? If you do this right in the input stage itself, you need not wait for someone's feedback, right? Because you will be doing it right the correct time, the first time. Correctly the first time. This will save time. This should be the approach, even in the job search and as well as in the companies and whatever you do. You should have a feed-forward control approach, not always feedback. Feedback naturally will people give you, right? People will, they definitely give you feedback, whether it was good or bad. That definitely has to be taken. But voluntarily, as an individual, you should have this feed-forward control. Before someone gives me a feedback, I should do an analysis. Am I doing it correctly? The grassroots level work has to be done, whether it is academics or job search. As I told you, even while searching for a job, there is a different approach, right? As I told you about sectors, industry, classification, job classification, ideal candidate profile, preparation, and all that. The approach, whether it is correct. If I do this, naturally feedback will be good. So being an individual, I need to have feed forward control. Feedback will naturally flow in later. Okay, now let me throw some light quickly around certain things which Akash had mentioned. Even though we don't have much time, have I spoken about interview rounds? This everything is a big topic, right? Interview preparation and all is a big topic. Starting from how you prepare, how you dress, how you look, how you speak, how you put across, and how you end the interview, ending the session, how you walk out of the room, right? Basic thing I would like to tell you: when you enter a room, ask for permission. And then if there is some provision, I can talk at length later. Okay, in future. Currently, I would like to highlight a very basic thing. Enter the room with confidence, talk to greet them, ask for the permission, then sit down, be seated, have an eye-to-eye contact with them because you should not be bluffing around and also talk relevant things to the point. Don't waver around too much. Irrelevant things. Okay? Sound professional, keep a smiling face, and tone. Be very careful about what you talk and how you talk. As I told you, talking the same thing with different articulation, right? That matters. So you need to have a polite sound. And also, if you get a feel that you are not getting hired for this position, that's okay. The world is wide open. You will find job somewhere else. But don't show that on your face. That calls for maturity. You should not show on your face because at the last moment itself, the interviewer can change his mind to hire you. Who knows? So that's why till the interview is completed, don't keep thinking about that in your interview chamber. Oh, whether you will get hired or not, whether I will get hired or not. No, you're not there to think about what decision they will make. You are there to prove yourself. Focus on getting hired. Okay, your intention is to get hired. Let what may come, I'll get hired. I'll put across my views. Whether to hire or not, it is up to them. Why should I worry now in the interview chamber? Oh, we didn't get hired. Okay, did I answer it wrongly? You lose an opportunity to answer the next question correctly if you keep thinking about the wrong thing or a wrong answer which you would have given in the previous question. Come out of that mindset. Okay, you should live to the occasion, to the present. Even 1 minute past is past. I can't think about 1:38 p.m. I should be talking now and focusing on 1:39 p.m. now when I'm talking to you. Right? That should be the approach even in interviews. Towards the end of it, definitely you have to ask some query to them, right? Okay, do you have any questions? Definitely you have to ask a question which is related to your role. For example, so far we discussed so many things. You can ask them, what is this role calls for? Okay, does this uh, doing? May I know something more about your company's operations, business lines, future plans? It shows that you're doing some groundwork. You're a serious candidate who is willing to join the company and contribute as a contributor. He will not be a liability. He will be an asset to the company. That's the thought process they have to get. Okay, that should be the feeling you give them. Then thank them, come out with a smiling face. Okay, and then exit gracefully. Okay, I can talk in details in future if time permits. Now, presentation communication. These are broader topics. I've given an overview of that. Corporate entities induction, as this is again a big topic. In the first day, day one orientation, what will happen? There are so many stages in recruiting. Once recruiting is completed, that means you have got an offer letter. You are made to join the companies. This onboarding will happen. Onboarding, on the day of onboarding, you'll be asked to bring some documents for verification, background verification related documents. The physical check will happen. Post that, there will be induction inside the company. That means to say, people will be made aware of different departments in the companies, which are business units, business key heads, people occupying the senior positions in various business units. What is the company's mission statement, vision statement, policies, expectations in terms of policies, and something related to you, work-wise, how many leaves you are entitled for, what should be the behavior, is if there is a dress code, or what will be the duration of work. Generally accepted timing. You need to be flexible, right? That's a different thing. But general orientation will happen around your role and the company also. company's line of operations, if there are some provisions or benefits that will be there, naturally your salary related thing, right? Creation of bank accounts, so many things will happen on the day of onboarding. This is a broader outlook I have given. Okay, it will cover too many topics. It's basically to give an overview to the employee who is getting inducted into the company, who is getting amalgamated, who is joining the company. I will be the element of the system. I should know what is what. So that whole induction talks about that, corporate induction. Okay, you need not worry much about that now. You should target getting recruited. If you target for getting hired now, that will happen. The rest of the things will happen naturally. Email etiquette, guys. Again, it's a broad topic. I'd like to tell you some basic things. Okay, whenever you address an email, you have to keep your subject line very crisp. Okay, if I, for example, if I'm recording, if I want to write a mail to others, okay, regarding webinar. Around what? Okay, it can be very short. I can't keep telling stories here. This CC or whatever subject, the very subject line is not to put stories there. 2 lines, 3 lines. I've seen people doing that. It's a very major mistake. Don't do that. When someone opens an email, what would you like to see? Will you open some email which will have 4 lines or 3 lines as a subject? No, right? It should be very crisp. What is this all about? Relevant thing. Okay, webinar. What is it? Topic or date, whatever it is. Regarding this. First, addressing. Don't mark too many people in two section. You should put only people whom you are addressing. That means this person should know at any cost. If I want Akash to know at any cost, I should include them in two. The rest of the people, just for your information, it's optional. Those optional category people you can use in CCM and BCC. These are the sections which are given to ensure that you will eliminate people who are very much mandatory. So mandatory people will come under the two section. CC and BCC is for people who are optional. Are you understanding now? Even in the email filters, there is an option to set aside. Okay, these people are required. These people are not required. You get to see when you work with MS Outlook because they're coming up with the latest releases every now and then. So after this subject, when you get into the body, also you should be very professional. Don't commit any typographical errors. Keep it very short. Start with a salutation, hi or hello, whatever it is, right? So and so, so and so. Ensure that it is crisp. For example, if I want to talk about a webinar, I should not put too many details here. I should only talk what is related to the yes, okay? Because anything further can be discussed over phone or when I meet them in person. This email is not a novel. It is not an online novel. People don't have time to read emails. Remember that. People will scan the emails in 2 seconds. So very basic information. If there is something additional which you want to share immediately, okay, prepare that in some Word document. Okay, it can be in the Word document or notepad, whatever. Prepare that, attach it as a document. Okay, please find attached. Please find attached document for additional details. So the person can go through it whenever he or she finds time at a later point in time. But don't put everything inside the mail, body of the mail. If you have something more to be shared in the email itself, okay, please find attached for further details or for further information. Second thing, if you want someone to act on it, for example, I want Akash to act on the email. I have sent him something. I want him to confirm back. I mentioned, please confirm back by replying to this email by end of the day or whatever time it is. I mean, that's required only when something is urgent. Otherwise, you don't give deadlines to people. You can put it as at the earliest, at the earliest convenience. Don't try to be commenting in emails. We have no one to comment in email. Okay, we can only request. This whole medium is to ensure that it's not a direct communication, right? It's not face to face. It's an email thing. We are remotely having the conversation with people. We should not pass on negative feedback about us or negative opinion about us to people. But the choice of words, you should use right words, right context, right intonation. I mean, the way you write, right? That matters, and as well as punctuation. This proofreading has to be before you hit the send button. You have to read it. Don't send it without reading, because countries will go to war because of someone single miscommunication, right? You have to be very careful before hitting the send button. So salutation, end of it, naturally you will put regards or best regards, whatever, and end with your name, and then put your short name and end it. Purpose of the email is this. First thing, I need to inform certain set of people about some topic. Second thing, I want them to read, only read. So certain things we forward as FYI for your information. Forward a mail with FYI for certain people. Okay? And people who need to know, as I told you, too, if there is some action item for them after this, reading this mail, clearly mentioned in the mail, I would request you to kindly or whatever, I will request you to respond to this mail at the earliest convenience or at the earliest. Also, it's a good practice to put bullet points in an email. If you want to say something, highlight it 1, 2, 3, 4 bullet points. Make it very clear. If there's something more to be shared, as I told you, make use of the documents or attachments and then end it. And ensure that you do proofreading, don't commit grammatical errors, don't pass on negative information about you or a negative opinion in any way. Be very careful. It is as simple as writing a letter. We are taking it online, that's all. The purpose should be served after reading this email. Don't write lengthy emails. No, it's not allowed. Crisp and clear, to the point, relevant should be your email. As I told you, people will hardly go through it. You'll have few seconds. They'll have other work to do, right? Rest and all you can take offline, over the phone, or when you meet them. Or through a virtual session like this, you can discuss. You can take it over a WebEx session or a Zoom session, whatever, based on availability and convenience. So email is just one of the communication media. You have to make best use of it without touching negative opinions. This is a brief around this. Every topic is very lengthy, so naturally there will be constraints in delivering everything given a span of 1 hour, 1 hour 10 minutes, because knowledge itself is huge, it's ocean. Right? I've tried to throw some light on multiple things just to trigger interest around those topics. Okay, if time permits, maybe in future we can plan some detailed session around some topics so that you will get to know additional things. Otherwise, you can put your efforts around these topics voluntarily so that you will gain more awareness and knowledge about these things, so that you will be market ready the moment when you are about to complete your BCom or BBA degrees and you will get hired. Right? I'll end the talk here. I would like to throw it open now. Akash, are you there? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
sir, I am there.
Okay, let us open this session
Hello.
for Q&A, for a quick round of Q&A. I'm open for any questions from the students.
Yes, sir, we'll open for the questions. Students or faculty members, if you want to raise any questions to the speaker, you can raise it. You can put it in the chat box also.
Yes, feel free.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Assistant Professor Vinija, who's taking care of placement activities in our college in SICM. My question is, let's see, what happens is when the students apply for placements, and when a company has shared their job profile, they blindly just apply without, like you told, they have to look into different skills, because once you take up a particular job, that will be a line of work. That's what you had told. So what is the key factors you think that they should look at when they see a profile of a company? What are the key things they should look at? Okay, this is what I'm looking at, or this is what I need. So what is the key factors they should look into?
Vinija, right? You're good.
When they get a yes.
Yeah. I will answer this very, Vinija. It's a very intellectual question. That's correct, actually. It is just good as an alliance. If someone is getting ready for marriage,
Yes.
what is that? We can look at from the prospective groom, a bride or a bride. Okay, so that
Yes.
clarity should be there. What is my expectation? Because that's what I told you before talking about job market. I should know what job I need.
Exactly.
Where should I go? I should have complete clarity where destination, like corporate, where I want to join. Infosys, first of all, let me come to the point about companies. The moment when they see about companies, they should do a validation with what all facts I mentioned there. First, what is my preferred sector? Where will this company lie? Under which sector? right? If it is a financial services sector company, what are the lines of operation? Am I my does my interest lie there? If my interest lies in IT related thing, okay, let me go and join the financial management job in IT sector, because I'll be in touch with tools. Even though my role is in finance, I'll be in touch with tools. Or else, if I am more interested in stock markets, if it is a stock market investment broker company, okay, I want to trade. I want to get into futures and options stream, asset management, investment management. Okay, let me go and apply that. So this basic, very first thing is which sector does the company belongs to, and which industry, right? Then
Okay.
second thing, basic groundwork. Remuneration is also very important. What is the position? I
Yes.
mean, what does the company generally offers for this position? What is the reasonable market demand for this position? And you need to, and also, guys, this is a secret. It's not a secret as such, but it's very vital thing. You do a groundwork. You need to get in touch with people who are working under the company, with the company through one or the other means. You try to check what is the job level at the company, what is the salary that is being offered for that particular job level. If you are entering as a business analyst, associate business analyst has a different salary, business analyst has a different salary, senior business analyst, it can be anything, lead business analyst, principal business analyst, you can go on and on. For every job level, there will be set designation as well as salary package based on the jobs and responsibilities. When you are applying at a fresher level, you do a groundwork to a fresher or experience, whatever it is. You need to make a groundwork or a research even to know the salary offer for that position, because that will help you in the HR round when they ask for your salary expectation. You can say that this is the reasonable salary that's being offered in the market for this role, and based on my information, this is what I expect. And the company like yours will not decline this, and I'm very pretty sure about this. You have to make them feel comfortable. Also, they will understand that you are not a dumbo. You have done your groundwork. You are smart. You know the job role, expectations of the job role, salary details for the job role. They will get to know that you are a serious person, and you can't be taken for a ride. You are a person with a difference, a professional with an edge, with a different attitude and a different approach. So people will treat you with respect. So these basic things they need to evaluate before even applying. First, what is the company? First, what is this company all about? Does this match my requirements? What is second thing? If I want to get hired, what is that which I want to put in my profile to ensure that at least I'll get a call? What is that they expect from the prospective ideal candidate profile? I told you, right? ICP. What is the expectation from the prospective job seeker, from the company perspective, right? Male and female. Again, I'm taking the same thing. It comes down to alliance, okay? Male and female, they have their own expectations from each other. So that should match. Then only there will be an agreement. Marriage itself is an agreement, right? Whether it's legal or formal or informal, whatever it is. Likewise, job search is also an agreement, but it's legal agreement, professional legal agreement between you and the company. Company expects something from you. I mean, something from the prospective job seeker. You do this, I'll pay you this much. Okay. Likewise, you expect something. Okay, my future company, my dream company should be like this. It had come in my dream that day. Okay, that's fine. You have your aspirations. You need to search which all the companies which will match up to your dream, live up to your dream. Shortlist those companies. Try to target the sector and the companies first, and then try to go deeper inside that. Okay, are there roles which match my requirements, my interests, my qualification, my expertise, my skills? Go deeper. Still go deeper. What is the designation? I opened some financial analyst profile now, right? A job search with some company live. You do.
Yes. Yes.
So I went to the job description. Okay, they are asking candidate to process this. What should I put in my profile? Okay, let me highlight these two skills so that at least I will get a call from them. Screenshot selection will change. I'll put that in my profile, and I'll get trained in parallel before I get the invite for an interview or a written round, whatever it is. I will do the groundwork to ensure that I am polished and have an overview of what I have put in the profile. I should know what I have put in. So this thing will happen. As I told you, the expectations should be very clear. What we expect from company and what company is expecting from us. Very basic step is this. This has to be mandatorily done by every. Hope I answered your question.
Yep. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any more questions? Students, would you like to ask any more questions? Or we'll wind up the session.
Be vocal, guys. I can't talk to you every day, right? We are here to exchange information. So be vocal. You can be any silly query. It's okay. I've crossed your phase, right? Once
You can
upon a
put
time, I was
the
also a
questions
graduate.
in the chat box.
I was also a postgraduate. I've gone through those phases. I know what will be the dilemma. You are more concerned. Some of you may be concerned about your post graduation, and some of you may be planning to get into jobs. So if in case if you are planning to get into jobs, you have to do the groundwork as I told you. Now if you have some queries which you would like to get sorted out, feel free to ask me. I can let you know whatever I know. Feel free. It can be about anything, and no one is here to reprimand you. I'm again reminding you, no one is there to scold you here. This whole purpose of setting this up, the Akash intention I can understand, to facilitate. He wants you to be aware, and he wants to ensure that people are aware of something before doing it. Know before you do. But Vinija was asking a very valid query. Before even you apply for a position, you should know what you're doing. I'm clicking the button and submitting my application. What kind of, it is just like a bid, technical bid, or a commercial bid, or whatever it is. There will be too many job aspirants. You can compare yourself to one of the bidders. All of the job seekers will be bidding for that job. The best bid will win. Who will win? Best bid will win the contract. Likewise, the best person will get a job. If I have to get a job, I should have done my groundwork, my research. My bid should be strong. My profile should be strong. As it,
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, I had one more question. Like you told about the remuneration, like what is there in the market? How is the market trend and things? How do we know about it? Like, see, the company, I think the remuneration part of it is something which we will not get the information
Correct.
directly, even if we are searching
That's
in
very confidential.
in the medias. But so, how do we know the market level?
Correct. See, as you told, these are all confidential details. This will not be published
Yes.
in the website of any company for that matter.
Yes.
If they publish like that, there will not be differentiation between employees. No company will do that. It's confidential. There are certain
Yes.
fora. There are fora platforms like Glassdoor. There are some fora, right?
Which one, sir?
Glassdoor.com.
Glassdoor. Okay.
Okay. People
Okay.
put across their grievances. I'm just quoting one example. There are a number of
Okay. Okay.
portals where ex-employees of some companies will put across their views. So you will get to know the basic understanding of what is the salary which is being given by default for certain roles. So you
Okay.
should go there, search for comments by ex-employee, or you can put across your request or comment to let you know about the average salary for that band level or for that job level. So you'll get to know that. So this
Okay.
additional thing,
And this is one more question from the students, sir. And I don't know why students are not asking. So they've asked me multiple times these questions. So as a fresher, can they ask about the pay to the HR? This is a question. Like, for example, what pay are they expecting? Is this something which they can answer this question? This is one question regularly I hear from students. How can I ask for a pay because I'm a fresher?
you mean to say, Vinija, the candidate answering it asking that voluntarily, or should they respond to the company's
See,
query?
like, for example, if the HR is asking them, what is the pay you're expecting? So they are like, if they ask, is it a concern because they're as a fresher,
It's not at all a
can
concern,
they?
actually. It's not at all a concern. Only very few polite companies will do that for a fresher. Otherwise, they will take this as
Yes.
this is a standard package I give for all freshers. I will offer only.
Uh-huh.
Very some genuine companies will ask for that in a professional approach to know the candidate's expectation, because if people are not satisfied in terms of salary, they will not stick with the company. So they will
Yes.
cross check to ensure that whether this will satisfy their thirst or hunger, financial hunger. If they join in an empty stomach, they will run away through the back door. rare get. So they want to cross-check before offering the offer letter. They make the statement if they are expecting something more than what we offer as a standard package. So to gauge that
Okay.
is barometer. Now, coming to that question, if there is such question from the company, if the candidate has already made a groundwork, for example, there's a known fact, if Infosys goes to some campus or TCS goes to campus for engineers of the entry level, it is standard package. They will offer. It will be in NAS. It's known. In NASCOM circle itself, it's known for freshers. There are chances that they will offer a higher salary to people who have exhibited really good performances in interviews, and if the company is really happy with them, there is chance of being flexible there also. That question will generally be asked to people who have performed well. I mean, most of the cases, it's not generic. The reason can be to gauge the willingness also. At that point in time, candidate, if he has done the groundwork and if he has, I mean, if he is aware of the actual salary which is being offered, then we can say that as per the information which is available at my disposal, this is the standard package which is being offered for this role by your company. This is what I know. I'm okay with the standard company default package which is being offered to the candidates at this level, and I hope that the company will not disappoint an ideal candidate, and it pays well. It's known for, I mean, your company has a reputation for paying people well, and I earnestly believe that you will not underpay people, because I do believe that your organization is a people-oriented organization. You have to put the ball in their court. Actually, people try to make you open up. So put sometimes words in their mouth and make them open up. So if you have some fact, you can tell that, okay, I got to know that this is what is being offered. You know, I mean, I'm not sure. This is how you have to say. Even though you know
Thank you,
that,
sir.
so even though you know that X lakhs is being offered, you say, this is what I was told through some of my seniors or some colleagues, ex-colleagues, or whatever. So then other person will go, no, we can't offer you that. They will start talking. Okay, this is what we can offer. They will land up at that stage. Then the discussion continues. If it's okay, you can accept it. Else you have another offer.
Thank you, sir.
Let me decide.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
So, do you have any other questions? Feel free, guys. I'm surprised no one is asking. I mean, I'm also thinking now at the end of the session, did I threaten anyone? Did I make them feel afraid? Was it too serious? But definitely this much of seriousness is required for a job searcher now, because it's not easy now to get jobs. Competition is cutthroat. Lakhs of people are entering the job now. If you want to get a job, you have to be ultra careful, very professional and prepared. Don't enter the war field without preparation. Job market is also like that. Okay, do your preparation and then only aspire for a job. Prepare first before aspiring for the job. What is required for a job search? Else, it will be disappointment for you. Getting rejected continuously by companies does that sound good? It doesn't sound good, right? It's demotivating. Unnecessarily, why will you get demotivated? Do a preparation and then only search for job. All this grassroots level whatever we discussed so far, then only will be confident to even apply and go and face.
Sir, I hope there are no questions.
Okay.
I hope there are no questions. So we will end the session, sir.
That's fine. Akarsh, it was really good talking to students from your college once again after a long gap of 2+ years, I believe. And I'm happy that I spoke to your students. It was really good, and even faculty members for interacting.
Thank you, sir.
And I wish you all the best to you.
Usually, students ask a lot of questions when they are offline. Online, they are hesitating to ask questions, I guess. So when we have an offline program, surely they will ask many questions, sir.
Maybe they have not seen me in person. They might be imagining that this person is like some dragon and they're getting outside. Actually, that's okay. Even if you can divert those queries to me offline, I can answer it
Sure,
anytime.
sure.
But friends,
If
my only question
anything
was
like that,
to,
I'll mail it to you, sir. If any good questions come up to me, I'll shortlist them and I'll mail it to you.
that's okay. That's okay. We can talk over the phone also if time permits at some point in time. I wish all the best to all the students, all the bright students, and as well as competent faculty members, teaching, non-teaching staff, everyone at SICM. Finally, thanks to you for setting this up. It was really good spending some time with you, sharing whatever I knew or whatever I know. And learning is a continuous process. One change, as I told you, the promotion happened. I mean, maybe it's a coincidence. The last time I was in, one level lower than the current role. It's a good thing. Some development has happened. This shows that we are on the right track. We are progressing as individuals, and also I can see that the approach has improved uh, with respect to your institution, because you are coming up with these new initiatives. You are also on the right track. So both of us are having this progressive mindset. It's good. It's good, and it was good talking to like-minded people for more than 1.5 hours. And hope we will come up with some opportunities to meet up again. Okay, and I earnestly hope that this session was beneficial to at least 10% of the people,
Yes, sir. It was
15%.
very much beneficial.
Okay, at least if it is beneficial by 10%, my efforts are justified. Okay, thanks a lot once again, Vidya ma'am, Munija, and as well as Akash and all the faculty members, teaching and non-teaching
Yes.
staff, and as well as the administrative management team of SSCM. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Renowned speaker, Mr. Ashok Kumar CV, our most valuable students, peer colleagues, it's my privilege to offer thanks on this occasion. We are grateful to have you, sir. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Ashok Kumar CV for giving an excellent insight on human resource aspects and orienting our students to corporate world. We thank you for sharing the interview credentials and tips, email etiquettes, etc., with our students. Thank you, sir. Thanks a ton. We would also thank our beloved principal for providing us this platform. Thank you, ma'am. I would render a hearty thanks to Assistant Professor Vinija C., convener of IKEA Placement Forum, for her constant support. Thank you, ma'am. I would also thank Assistant Professor Asha S., co-convener Laksha Forum, for her proactive implementation and execution of the program. Thank you, ma'am. I would also thank Mr. Dilip for technical support. I also thank all my peer colleagues for motivating students to take active part in the webinar. I would also thank the Laksha student coordinators for their constant support. And last but not the least, I would thank all the students for their patience hearing. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
And one more important announcement to be made. The feedback link will be shared with you through the mail as well as in the student groups. Tomorrow, once you fill the feedback link, you will be getting the certificate of the webinar. Thank you, one and all. Yes, sir, you wanted to tell something?
Uh, Nothing more actually. Once again, thank you for setting this up, and I could only wish them best in whatever they're going to do. I put some efforts to throw light on multiple things. Okay, I wish them all the best. Okay, and stay safe and take care, all of you, because we are going through hard
Thank you,
times.
sir.
Take care. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.